Yo, what is up guys? Benny Runs here, and today I'm going to be doing a little different style video. As you know, I had a pretty good freshman year. I started YouTube at the beginning of outdoor and recorded some meets, posted some videos, and it became a hobby that I really enjoyed. So now what I'm going to do is I have questions written down, and my brother, who is currently behind camera, Alex, you can come in frame. We are going to be doing an interview style video where Alex is going to ask me questions about my freshman year of running, and all right, this will be a nice mic. This will do for But anyways, before we get started, I would like to thank all of you watching for allowing me to do what I do by creating content and always keeping me motivated. So yeah. Okay. All right. I wrote them in sentences, but you can just like make them into a question.
Okay. So you ran in Sand Creek Middle School, right?
Yes, I ran. I started 7th grade and I did indoor, and then indoor, outdoor, and then for 8th grade I did cross country, indoor and outdoor.
Gotcha. So, what are your two biggest differences between running in the middle school versus high school?
I would say that in middle school, I feel like things were a little bit more like, I don't know how to like put this, but like it was more rushed. Like I was always taking buses from middle school to high school. Wasn't like I was never in the high school building prior to practice, and overall, just like I felt maybe I didn't feel as comfortable as I was running in high school as I did in middle school, because ultimately I feel like in high school I belonged more because I was taking actual classes in the school now. I knew more about the building itself and all that stuff. But yeah, that's one difference. And then for the second one, I feel like I don't really know a second one. Maybe like establishing more relationship with my Leishakil teammates. An example of that person would be Dan Milo, who is a sophomore in 10th grade, and I wasn't really able to see him much during the school day, but we always were able to have conversations during lunch about running and whatnot. So yeah, that was too many differences between running in middle school and high school.
Gotcha. Thank you for that answer. Question number 2. Give me one quick high and one quick low of freshman year.
Okay. I was definitely thinking about this one before. Actually, can I give 2 for both?
Fine.
Okay. So, we'll start with my first high. It was definitely Suburban Council Freshman Championships in cross country, where Callen came in first, I came in third, and then we were interviewed by Carson from Mile Split. I'll make sure to put that interview link down below in the description. But overall that day, just like I left that race just feeling so satisfied. Even though it wasn't a huge PR or anything, I just felt so happy, and I really felt like I made it. I came third place.
Yeah, I know. I was happy for you.
Yeah.
I watched that interview.
Yeah.
Did good in the interview.
Okay. First low, I would say ultimately the end to my freshman running season in outdoor. I had a couple, or maybe it was 3 rough last meets. At Fonda Fultonville, there was a video for that. I didn't do good in the 800, and then Suburban Council JV and Varsity Championships, that was just not good. The heat and anxiety got to me on that one, I would say. And then sectionals, which I was originally going to post a video on, but I didn't because it was just very disappointing results. I ran the mile and the 2 mile, and they were far off of my PRs, but that's okay because I did have some learning experiences from those meets. But all right, high number 2, I would definitely say running either breaking 5 in outdoor or running 4:55 at the futures. And I think those speak for themselves, just like huge moments where I felt like, oh dang, I really made it as a freshman runner. And yeah, and then for my second low, I don't really like to consider this a low as much as I used to. But I had a horrible first indoor meet. I had double 800 duty, and I went to 221, 222, which was not at all what I was looking for. And then I ended up not breaking 220 until outdoor. So yeah, but ultimately one reason why I don't like to view that as a low anymore is because I take it as a huge learning experience, and it allows me to have thought back on races where I didn't do good, and allows me to think about it and get influence for how to race other races. Okay.
Yeah, I think learning is more important than winning, I guess.
Yeah.
In some places. So I want to know your top 3 most influential people
Okay.
who contributed to your running life.
Okay. No specific order. Number 1 is definitely my coach, Coach Jake, who is unfortunately leaving us for my next seasons. He will be truly missed, but generally like the best coach I've ever had, and in my sports, like any sports I've ever done, best coach. Always there for me. Always giving me advice. Never getting mad at me for making a mistake or anything like that. Just always there for all of our teammates, not just me, and genuinely loves coaching and loves all the people that he coaches. Number 2, actually we'll do number 2 and 3 together. My teammates Callen and Dan. That's like the 3 amigos right there. We always run together. We always do everything together. We're always hanging out together outside of running. And whenever I'm down or whenever someone else is down, the other 2 are always there for that person, and generally make running so much more exciting, so much more heartwarming for me. And yeah, I couldn't do it without them. So shout out Truly Callen Runs and Minor Milo on YouTube. Go subscribe to them.
Minor Milo 6'7".
No, change it just to Minor Milo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Number 4, question 4 is, who did you help the most in your running journey?
In my running,
in your freshman year.
My freshman year, I feel like, along with Dan and Callen that I already mentioned, but for that one, I'm not gonna say either of them because I feel like we help each other as a group more than like individually. I would say my younger teammates, like some of my middle school teammates during cross country, that weren't like, for example, Ari. If you're watching this, Ari, you're gonna have a great future, and Casolo. But those 2 definitely had some anxiety during cross country because Casolo ran at sectionals, and Ari, who has a bright future, I could definitely tell that he had the same pre-race nerves that I had during cross country. But I think that even though I wasn't so influential, I just looked out for them as much as I could, and I hope you guys think that I was always there for you. And if you ever have any questions or you're nervous or something, always talk to me. I'll always be there for you because I've been there before. Okay.
It's very kind of you to extend a helping hand.
Oh, thanks, man.
So I think I know the answer to this because you said it earlier, but what was your best cross-country moment?
Okay. I already mentioned Suburban Council Freshman Championships with Callen, first and third. But if I were to give another one, it would definitely be first time I ran the 5K. I was really hoping to break 20, and I'm gonna pop up the picture of me after my race.
It'll be right here.
It will be right on Alex's face. But I ran 18:34, which was far more faster than I thought I was going to run, and I was genuinely so happy after that race. It was my first ever 5K, and first ever official 5K. I ran one over the summer, but that didn't really count. So yeah, I was really pumped about that. And then that would be my 2 main cross country moments.
Nice. So that was question 5. The next 2 questions kind of are kind of the same. So we're gonna do questions 6 and 7 together. No, it's okay. That was my intention. Number 6 is the best indoor moment, and number 7 is the best outdoor moment.
Okay. Indoor was more of there weren't any huge. I didn't make any huge PRs or anything during indoor. It was more of just a season of training and getting ready for my huge outdoor season. But if I had to put one moment, again, this wasn't a moment where I necessarily PR'd by a bunch. It was more of 1, a learning experience, and 2, a very fun time with my friends at the meet in Boston at the New Balance track. It was Beantown Classic, I believe. Dan, Ibraj, Thomas, who was a sprinter, by the way, and myself ran the 4x8. Not really expecting much because we all had a race early this season, and Thomas is a sprinter, and he volunteered to do it for us, which
that's really nice.
Yeah, sprinters never want to do that, but he did, and we ended up medaling. The look on all of our faces after we came in top six to medal was generally one of the most happiest moments of my entire running career. Although it might just seem like a little achievement in getting a medal at one of these big meets, it was more of an achievement for all of us together because we had one guy who never ran an 800 before in his life. All coming out.
How did he run? Do you remember?
He actually ran pretty good. I believe he ran somewhere in the 230s, which for a sprinter, and he's also a sophomore. That's pretty good. And then so we were all coming off race, all sore, and then none of us ran good. None of us PR'd, but we got the job done. We came top 6, and I'll put another picture of us on Alex's head after the race. But yeah, okay. And then for outdoor, question 7. Probably the 2 moments I mentioned before. I can't really think of anything else. Breaking 5.
And then running 450.
Breaking 5 and then running 455. If you haven't watched the Futures video where I did break 455, go watch that. It's on my channel. I think it's called like Records Being Shattered, the Futures edition or something like that. But yeah, make sure you watch that because that was definitely a very emotional moment for me and Callen, who ran 450 at that meet. So yeah.
Okay, question number 8. What are your goals for your sophomore year in cross country?
Well, I think I definitely have some like goals with PRs and stuff like that, but also mentally I want to stay mentally strong and never get upset after any of my races and always try to instead of getting mad at myself, trying to take something away and learning a lesson. Because another quote that my coach said, who was one of my most influential people, he said, especially during these freshman, sophomore, underclassmen years, it's better to walk away from a race learning something than walking away with a PR.
That's what I said earlier too.
Yeah.
So learning is better than winning.
Yeah. But shoot, what was the question again?
Goals for sophomore year.
Oh, okay. Okay, to stay mentally strong and to always go away with a lesson from a race. And then for PR wise, I would love to go sub 17:30 in the 5K during cross country. And then for mile, sub 4:42. And then
peak! You can do that.
Yeah, thank you. And then for the 800, 800 is definitely my worst race. We'll just say sub 2:08 or something like that. I don't know. We'll see if it happens or not, but I think those are some reasonable goals that I can set for myself. And then last question.
Last question is, what are 3 pieces of advice you would give to someone who is a runner?
Okay. Number 1 is what I said, I probably said 3 times already. Walk away with the race with a lesson over a PR. I know if my teammates are watching this, they know that I am not the best at doing that. I always get very upset after my races.
I can.
But it's something I'm working on, and I'm not necessarily perfect at it yet, but I think improvements will come, and overall it'll just make me a better runner. Number 2, always look out for your teammates. One of the things that makes running the sport that it is the community that comes with it. I think running would be a horrible sport if you never had someone to run with, someone to race with, someone to something to look forward to during your day to do.
You're never alone.
Mhm. You want to look at running. You want to look at running more something fun to do rather than something you have to do. Shout out Ben Fondacaro. But and then 3, let's see. Leading up to your races, good sleep, good food, good hydration.
Yes.
Yes. Make sure you're getting your 8 to 10 hours of sleep or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then drink a lot of water, like Alex. Clink and dink.
Clink and dink right here.
Clink and dink.
Clink and dink.
And then make sure you're carb loading. Make sure you're eating a lot of meat.
You love meat here. I love to have some meat.
Yeah. So make sure you're preparing so you can get the best results possible. But anyways, guys, if you want to hear any questions, if you want me to answer any questions that I haven't answered in this video already, make sure to drop it down below in the comments. Maybe I'll make another part 2 or just a short if there's not enough questions. But anyways, before we go, I do want to give a couple of special shout outs. I'd like to give a shout out to my family for always being there for me, including Alex. He's recording on his phone for me because mine's pretty bad. I broke my phone, by the way, guys. So
boneheaded, bro, jumped in a pool.
Alright, shout out my family, my mom, my dad for recording me, always cheering me on, always looking out for me, and obviously my brother goes along with that. Even though he's not a runner anymore, he still gives me some good advice.
I used to be.
And then number 2, shout out Callen and Dan. I already talked about them. Their channels will be linked down below. And then shout out Ben Fondacaro for the last one. I'm gonna miss him so much. He was a senior on our team. I've done interviews with him in the past, but always looking out for me. Always, whether it's just taking me to Smoothie King or something, but he's always there for me. And luckily, Ben Fondacaro is going to be in the same dorm at college with Alex, so we'll be able to stay in touch. But shout out you, Ben Fondacaro. And with that, guys, that's all the questions that we had planned for today. I hope you guys liked this video, and I appreciate all of you being there for my freshman running journey. And I hope this continues in sophomore year and so on. So with that, guys, it's been Benny Runs and Alex B behind the camera, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
No, stop the video.